Okay, it is recording. Yay! Okay, guys, welcome to our monthly team Zoom. Just a reminder, we will have these once a month, and I kind of stopped them in the summer because we were consistently having training calls on Wednesday nights, and it was a lot. And so we're back at them in the school year. We'll have them once a month, hopefully the first Tuesday of the month. We'll be able to get together. I can share with you guys some things that are coming up for the month so you kind of know what to put on your calendar. I looked at my calendar and I was like, oh my word, we have so much activity this month already set for us. And so I'm going to talk about a few of those things. So if you don't have your calendar out, or if you're watching the recording, pause me and get your calendar back out, but or write these down in your notebook, whatever. But we're gonna chat about some dates really quick, and then I want to announce a couple of things that I'm really excited about that I'm doing just for our team, and some new recognition, and a little bit of like reward to go along with that. So I'm really excited about that. I think you guys will really enjoy it too, and I know it's just going to naturally grow your business, so you're really going to like that. And I'm really going to like that for me because it's going to help me get outside of my comfort zone too, so I'll be really real on it. So anyway, let's talk about dates. The first thing that's coming up is Thursday, so in a couple days. Our nation meeting is at 6 p.m. We actually usually start right around 6:30, 6 o'clock at Alyssa's house, so it's in Edmond, and I will tell you, the very beginning of my business, I would only go to meeting if I was qualifying or if I was promoting. And that's so ridiculous that I did that, but I definitely did that. And so I want you guys to not be like me, because I missed a lot of really awesome training. And that's whenever we were having meetings with one of the top 10 income earners in all of Arbonne, Deanna Heron herself. So, which she's pretty phenomenal, and she did lots of great training. And this week, it's on Thursday. It's casual, but it's only for consultants. And so you'll come, we'll have recognition for those of you that are in qualification. Yay, Angie, for district manager. For those of you that are in qualification for area or promotions or any of that, we'll have all of that recognition, but you also get training, and you get to be surrounded by all the awesome people in Arbonne. Guys, this is what I live for. This is what my favorite thing is the relationships. I was just chatting with Harley and another sweet girl, because I talked to too many with Harley lately. I can't remember who I was talking to. Dang it, I wish I could, because Julia, that's who we were talking to, wasn't it? And we were talking about relationships, and I was like, this is my favorite place to find those. Guys, I earn trips and retreats not because it's another check on my checkbox and another, ooh, this is this person recognition. Honestly, I crave that time in those relationships. And if you haven't experienced that yet, the first time you can will be on Thursday night at 6 p.m. Yes, it's in Edmond. Yes, for those of you that aren't local, it is a drive. Harley drives from Weatherford. They bring a group. And I know if Angie could come on Monday night or Thursday night, she would be there too. I know she has co-op that night. And so she kind of runs the whole thing. So she's like, I don't know if I'll be able to come on Thursday night, but hopefully we can sneak her away a couple times to get up here and just be surrounded by these people. But there's a few other times this month for us to be together. So the first one's going to be Thursday the 7th in Edmond, and you can kind of guesstimate between 6 and 8:15-ish time frame on how long you'd be here. And then on Saturday, actually, there's a private business brunch at 10 a.m. also in Edmond. Now, that one is really, and there's one in Weatherford too. Yay, I forgot, Harley, you're doing that. Awesome. So if you're in one of those places, that's going to cater to you, for you to bring people to hear a little bit more about the Arbonne opportunity. So this is the best place, because they see other Arbonne consultants, they get surrounded by that, but they also get just confirmation that just their friend that brought them isn't a weirdo. She really knows what she's talking about. He or she really knows what they're talking about when they bring them to this environment. And again, they get to see the culture, and that's the best part. They get to see who we are, and that we just love everybody. And so that's going to be on, is Harley yours at 10 also? 10 a.m. ish? Okay, on Saturday the 9th, right? Okay, perfect. So there's one in Edmond and one, and just check Alyssa's Facebook. She does the address, and if you need Harley's address for the Weatherford one, let her know. And then let's fast forward to Monday. Guys, seriously, like so much stuff this month. It's awesome. Monday, there's a teach around the table. These are one of my favorite things. Now, this one's in Edmond. You that are in Woodward are getting a special one, and I think we'll keep that on the rotation for at least the fall. But there's a teacher on the table. It's going to be 6:30 at Tanya Deffenbaugh's. That's already been posted on Alyssa's thing. My favorite way to search is through the photos. On your Facebook group pages, you can click on the photo tab, and you can click on the photo, and it'll have all the information in the post attached to it. But that's going to be on Monday the 11th, basically. And you guys know this, the teacher on the table on the 19th in Woodward, the teacher on the table on the 11th in Teach at the Table, whatever, on the 11th is in Oklahoma City. But both of those are going to be a free meal, all the food's brought by consultants. So we bring a portion of the meal brought by consultants. Maybe it's chips and salsa or guacamole or whatever. And it's a clean meal, and guests can come to it. And they can even invite people. Like, I've got a girl who's really interested in doing the business. I was like, invite some people. Guys, what a better way to paint a picture. She brings some guests. The guests all purchase. She didn't even have to host a party. Somebody else did it all for her, or him, sorry. And they get to see that bigger picture of, oh, like, this is the community. Everybody helps each other. I don't have to do this all on my own. And look what just happened in one night. 3 people are ready to do the 30-day challenge. Now, I'm not saying it happens that perfectly every time, but it's pretty awesome when it does. So the 12th is the very next day. Some more Arbonne is happening. Guys, if you don't have any excuse this month not to fill your calendar with Arbonne, because a lot of it's being done for you. The 12th is probably the one I'm the most excited about that's happening this month, because Deanna Heron, she's the number 6 income earner in all of Arbonne, and Cecilia Stoll, the number 1 income earner in all of Arbonne. They both live in Edmond. Well, Deanna doesn't anymore, but they are doing a yoga, which, Jeannie, you would love to come. I know, like, you should totally come. Be like, whatever, I'm scooping all things on Wednesday. Just come to Edmond on Tuesday. They're doing yoga and Discover Arbonne. So basically, this is great for guests to come to hear more about the Arbonne opportunity. So if you even have friends that live in the Oklahoma City, Edmond area and you don't, this is a great thing to plug them into. I can catch them. I can say hi. You can send me a picture and be like, hey, this is my friend. Will you say hi to them, or, make them feel welcome? You can do that too if you can't make it, and I can even help you follow up with them. So that's going to be Tuesday the 12th. There's actually 2 opportunities that same night, 6:30 and 8 p.m. I'm going to the 8 p.m. one. I changed my time from 6:30 to 8 p.m. So the 16th. Now, this is a training tour, and I'm talking about this, and I'm gonna jazz it up. I used to not jazz it up because, guys, I just got an email actually a couple weeks ago from Arbonne saying that our global training conference in Las Vegas is now going to be managers only. You have to be a district manager or in qualification for district manager and above to be able to go. Okay, so that's like one of the biggest, that is the biggest training event of the year for our consultants that are here in the States. That's going to be all the way in April. Don't worry about it right now, but do know we're working your way towards that, and this incentive that I'm rolling out is going to help you do that. So this training tour that's happening on the 16th, I know your calendar's like going crazy. So this is September 16th, Impact Training Tour in Dallas. This training tour in Dallas is where top field leaders are going to come and train for us right in Dallas, which is kind of more local to us than Las Vegas, obviously. It's not always a perfectly easy drive, but guys, if you can make that full day of training, it is so worth it. And you also get to be surrounded by all these other Arbonne people that do Arbonne, that love Arbonne like we do. You get to, if you want to carpool, if you want to stay the night with a bunch of friends in a hotel, you can do that too. That'll be on the 16th. So make sure you're marking your calendars for those things. Again, the 19th, I'll be in Woodward doing the Teacher on the Table. Back at the 21st, guys, I was not kidding about my calendar. I was like, oh my gosh, who am I going to invite what to? This is so great. So on the 21st, I have a private business reception. 6:30 will be time or location will be determined, but that's again another opportunity for people to hear about the business. If you're not growing your business right now, we're missing out. We have way too many opportunities to bring them in front of top field leaders, people who are at the top of the company, who know what they're doing, who are freely giving their time to us to share the Arbonne story with our friends and our family. So we need to be getting them in front of people. And that's going to be the 21st at 6:30 in the Oklahoma City area. The 26th, I'm just going to put a little plug in for this, okay? It's not really on the big calendar right now, but the 26th is at the area managers and BP lunch. Guys, this is like one of my favorite things to go to every month, other than outside of our nation meeting, because I get to see a big group of people. But I love that group of people getting together because we're so excited and we get each other excited. I missed it last month and I was so sad. I was like, can we get back somehow faster? The wedding was Monday night and I had to fly back the next day. So I wasn't going to make it back. I missed it by like 3 hours, which really bummed me out. But this is if you're an area manager qualification, and we don't have anyone from last month in area manager qualification. However, if you get into area manager qualification before the end of the month, you can go. That's why I'm telling you about it. If you're an area manager or if you're an area manager qualification or a vice president, you can go to this lunch, and it's at Alyssa's, and you get to provide your input on how we do things as a nation, which is really cool. And you just get really excited to be around people who have the same level of thinking that you do. So just know that's usually the last Tuesday of every month. So you can just start jotting out the calendar when you'll be at that one, and put it on your calendar because it's really awesome to go to, okay? So holy smokes, I hope you got all those dates. If not, I am recording this, and you can pause me and rewind it and go back later, okay? Guys, I will tell you, I've committed, and I've told a lot of you this already because a ton of us have done goals calls, and I'm so proud of you for committing to your business and setting up that goals call, following through, making sure you're on it, but at the same time, just nailing that down and saying, this is what I'm committing to. Guys, when I had my goals call, it was literally like a 5-minute call. And all I had to say to her was, here's the deal. I'm doing more this month than I've ever done in my business before. Why? Because I want different results. I'm willing to put in the work so I can have different results. Something different than I've ever done before was have a full calendar for myself personally. I'm great at launching people, but I need to have my full calendar, okay? So I want you to commit to something that you haven't done before for yourself and for your business yet. I want you to commit to that this month. What is that? Is it maybe going through an entire book in 1 month? That could be a challenge, but guys, I will tell you, the growth that you will see just by adding that personal development to your life is going to actually promote you. And it attracts those people into your business and into your life that you want to be doing business with. We naturally sponsor 1 to 2 levels lower than ourselves. Mentally, personally, where we're at physically in life, all of that. We typically will sponsor 1 to 2 levels. Kind of if we wanted to rank ourselves on a scale of 1 to 10, you might say, gosh, I'm probably like an 8, maybe even a 9, you know, as far as the sponsor goes. Oh my, I don't know if y'all can hear my son. He's like, should be asleep. Oh, he's jacked up. So anyway, if you can visualize yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, and maybe you say I'm an 8 or a 9, okay, we're typically sponsoring a 6, right? That's usually where we sponsor. But if we're ranking ourselves, if I would have looked at what I've done the last couple of months, I might rank myself a little bit lower. I haven't been on my A game. And it shows. That's why I was like, I'm committing. I'm committing to way more this month. And I'm ready to do it, guys. I'm ready to do it for you guys and for my family. And I wrote it down. I was like, you know what? I would probably be sponsoring like a 4 or a 2. This is really bad. So grow yourself to where you can bring people alongside you and that come into your circle that are going to be more when you're sponsoring, okay? And I'm committed to growing myself more. I'm going to try and read 2 books this month instead of just 1. I usually commit to about 1 a month. I'm trying to get through 2, so I'm reading 1 in the morning and 1 at night. I know I have to grow to bring in those heavy hitters. I just know that. That's honestly whenever I helped sponsor Harley. That's when a lot of y'all came into my business. I had these heavy hitters that came in and I was like, dang, this is way outside. You know, I had Kira come in and I thought, okay, I didn't know I could sponsor anybody like that. And it's pretty awesome to have those people who are committed and really ready to run and work their business. So you got to grow yourself to be able to attract those people in. The other thing I want to talk to you guys about is motivation. And I don't know if it's summer for you guys like it was a little bit for me. I don't know if routine has anything to do with it. Routine has a lot to do for it with me. My friend is like, what are you the most excited about? I said, school starting. Honestly, because I love that routine. I crave that routine. The reason I crave that routine is because I get junk done. I know I have a schedule. I know I have time, and I get stuff done. So I will tell you, when you start to base what you do in your business on how you feel, when you start to base what you do in your business on how you feel, you can basically just put it on a shelf. Literally, just go ahead and put your business on a shelf. Don't base what is happening in, like, don't say, okay, you know what, I'm committing today, and then 5 minutes into your business, you're like, crap, I've got like tonight for us, we had soccer, I had a 5-hour drive ahead of me, we had a funeral this morning. Like, I could have said, I had so much going on today that I could have been like, no, guys, we can't do that call that I promised you I would do, right? This is such a good quote. You're more likely to act yourself into feeling. You're more likely to act yourself into feeling than feel yourself into action. Every single time. You know when you're supposed to be acting is when you don't feel like it. That's when you know you're 3 feet from gold. You are literally right around the corner from your next gigantic breakthrough. And I want you to trust me in that, because that's where Satan wants you. I want you to remember this. This is a big thing, guys. When you stay comfortable, when you're numb, that's where Satan wants you, because how is he going to use you? We're only focused on ourselves when we're numb and when we're comfortable. When we stay inside that comfort zone, when we're not sweating, when we're not filling up our, for me, it's really committing to a full calendar. That's scary for me. Because that goes, oh no, I'm not going to have date nights with my husband maybe, or oh no, like I might not be at everything that I'm supposed to be at. There's a birthday party on Thursday for my little girl's friend. I might not be at that. She'll go, it's fine. I might not be at that. It's okay, right? Like, I can start going that direction and go, well, it's not worth it. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I stay home with my kids. It's totally worth it. I'm the one who picks her up and drops her off at school, right? I give up what feels uncomfortable. I start feeling uncomfortable so I can get the results that I want. If you're not, it's like that if you're not willing to do the work, you're not going to get the results. And you just have to remember that. I think it's so easy for us to forget and get in this zone that, I'm supposed to be on this high this whole time. That's just not reality. And you have to start with acting yourself into feeling. Act yourself into feeling. Do I feel like getting up at 6 a.m.? Heck no. 5 a.m.? Never. But I do it to grow myself for you guys. Because I go, if I want more people like me who are willing to get up at 5 or 6 a.m. and work their business and grow on themselves and stay around for 6.5 years and work through their crud, I've got to do it first. You have to do it first, right? So don't, I will tell you guys, man, 5 years, solid. 5 years solid. I used Arbonne as an emotional roller coaster. I just totally strapped myself into this roller coaster ride and was like, okay, whatever, loop to loop, that's fine. Like, I thought that's how I was supposed to work my business. Light bulb. You know what changed? Consistency. Consistency changed me to where I quit riding a roller coaster. I wasn't affected. It's called E plus R equals O. The event plus your response equals the outcome. E plus R equals O. It's by Jack Canfield, Success Principles, such an incredible book. But E plus R equals O. It's not event plus outcome equals your response like we always do, right? No, it's the event. So let's go to coffee and have coffee plus your response to the event. Yes, I checked something else off my list equals outcome. Someone else I got in front of, another one of my 30 faces. Guys, the outcome, you did the work. That's the outcome. Every time in Arbonne, you did the work. And Harley was talking on a goals call with someone the other day, saying it's so strange. It doesn't matter what happens at your activity. And I believe this totally. She's heard me say this, probably why she repeated it. And she's seen it happen in her business too. It doesn't matter what happens at your parties. So take the response to what the outcome away from it for a second, right? It doesn't matter what's happening. You're getting in front of the faces you're supposed to get in front of. You're being obedient with the little things that we're supposed to be obedient with in this business, which is get in front of people. Guys, I know I'm supposed to be bringing a ton of people into this community for them to have this, because I can't find it anywhere else. I can't find it in my workout group. I can't find it in my church group right now. Like, I can only find it right here. It's people encouraging people to be better for more people. And when you go to those parties, give them that opportunity to come into this group. If they take it, great. If they don't, that's okay. You did the obedient thing. You acted out in obedience, right? So remember that E plus R equals O. So if the event is you have a one-on-one and she doesn't want to purchase product, the outcome, it doesn't need to be you driving home in tears, right? It doesn't need to be that. It needs to be, check, I did it. I did it. You loved on the person when you were with them. You took care of them. You met their need. But the outcome isn't about what is sold, because it happens. Trust me on that. It happens. But you did the activity. You did the activity. You did the activity plus your response equals the outcome. Okay. The last thing I want to talk to you about before we get off here, I had to get on a soapbox about that because, guys, that's preaching to the choir right now. And I have to remind myself when that alarm goes off in the morning, get your booty out of bed. It's not for you. And you're not going to ever feel like getting up at 5 a.m., Jamie. You're never going to feel like getting up at 5:30. But you want to grow and you want things to change, you're just going to have to do it. And motivation comes from just doing it. That little Nike check. Just do it, okay? So the last thing I want to talk to you about is the one thing I'm most excited about. This is the new recognition that I'll be doing on our team page. And I haven't had enough time to brainstorm on if I will be rewarding or not. I think I should, and so I'm going to work on that, but I haven't had enough time to really nail that down. So I know for a fact I will be doing some recognition. And you guys know, if you're new at all to our team page, we do a PQV, top PQV, which is your personal qualifying volume, which basically just means the sales that you purchase for yourself, but also sales that you purchase that preferred clients purchase underneath you that you've signed up. I'm going to add to that top PQV plus top sponsoring. Okay, sponsoring doesn't mean I'm sponsoring people into my business that are ready to do the business with me. It's that, but it's also top sponsoring means you're selling nutrition sets to new people. So it's like new preferred client signups. Okay, so I'm going to be attaching the two because they go hand in hand. Guys, 6.5 years into my business, I can have $2,000 to $3,000 in reorders. And you can too. Like, I mean, I've got enough people in my wheelhouse that I can pull $2,000 to $3,000 out quickly from people who need another face wash, right? Or another protein powder. So that's not new business for me, right? That's a false sense of security. I want you to be focusing on the new. Yes, those reorders are heavenly, but that doesn't mean I'm actually out there taking care of anyone new. That's my job. I'm not done yet. You're not finished yet. And it's not that I need a new title or a new shiny white car. That's not it. It's really just to go out and serve new people. And the way you get that is that top sponsoring. Those top numbers, those numbers of people that you're going and selling a skincare set to or a nutrition set to. And for me, it took me such a long time to understand the correlation between selling product and reaching people because it sounds so silly. It sounds so backwards. It sounds so superficial. But guys, it just means you've gotten in front of enough people to take care of them and to serve them. And they're going to be included in this Arbonne community because you had the obedience to go out and reach them. So I'm going to be recognizing top PQV, but top sponsoring goes right along with it. So if we have 2,000, this is me speaking to me, I'm a little sweaty about this. If we have 2,000 in PQV, but we only have one person sponsored, there's a disconnect, right? There's a disconnect. You can almost average it. This is a little top tip, like MVP tip secret for you guys. If you look at your sponsoring numbers For every one person, preferred client or consultant sponsored, you'll have about $1,000 in qualifying volume. Okay? So if you want $10,000 in qualifying volume, you need 10 signups. That's preferred clients or consultants. Preferred clients or consultants. I know most of you are on here are going, I need 10. I need 10, right? Or I want 12. So it's 12 preferred clients or consultants. If that's the number that you're seeing in your success line, that's the number you'll almost automatically get. Now, I will also say this is another top tip, and this is just something I feel like I can share with you guys. I didn't learn it till recently, but it's usually an older generation as well. Will help you exactly reach the 1,000 or a little bit more, right? So those of y'all that are in college age, you might have to up it a little bit for the sponsoring if they're all college-age kids, right? So think about that too a little bit. Just because of the community they're surrounded by, that's just reality, right? I've been through many college parties, not just with y'all, but with other people. So that's what I'll be recognizing is our top PQV plus sponsoring. So work on getting those 8 sets sold. Work on getting 10 sets sold just by you alone. What kind of fire, what kind of kindling are you gonna be putting on the fire? Quit touching my fat. Are you gonna be putting on the fire? She totally is. With your team, when you're the one leading in those numbers, right? You're gonna be getting that team so excited, your team so excited because you're leading from the front and you're like, okay, I'm bringing in new and I'm showing my team I'm willing to do the work I'm asking them to do. I'm always going to be willing to do the work I'm going to ask you to do, okay? Okay, guys, that's it for September, and we will chat soon, real soon, because I've talked to a lot of y'all on Voxer, and we've been talking about, I'll put you to bed. I've talked to a lot of you guys about accountability and chatting consistently. If you're ready to move to the next level in your business, I'm probably hearing from you on a regular basis. Or your sponsor, who's a district manager or above, is probably hearing from you on a regular basis, just because we can help you move. We can help you move to that next level. All right, guys, love you. Thank you so much for taking time to hop out on here, and I will record this and send it on to our team page. Bye, guys.